Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today. My name is Rashmita, and I am the event planner for Microsoft Reactor India. This session will run over the next 60 minutes, including Q&A. But before we begin today's session, please take a moment to read our code of conduct. We are all here to learn together, so please be respectful of other people's views, understanding of differences, being kind and considerate in the way you engage. The chat section will be open throughout, and we do encourage you all to participate. So please feel free to drop all your questions in the chat section. I would now like to welcome Megha, our speaker for today's session. Megha is the founder and CEO of DevRelSquad with over 13 years of engineering experience. She specializes in building and scaling developer communities and simplifying complex technical concepts. But for now, I will hand over to Megha to begin the session. Let me bring her into the stream. Hey, hi Megha.
Hi Rashmita, thank you for the warm welcome. Hi all. Today we'll be walking you through Azure AI Foundry and Azure AI Search to build a chatbot in the Azure AI Foundry playground. And I'm really excited and looking forward to this session. I am Megha and I'm ex Microsoft as well as Rashmita was introducing. I have 12, 13 years of experience and I've worked in companies such as Samsung, Make My Trip, then Microsoft and Apple. And post that, I became a developer advocate with MongoDB. And now I have my own startup where we provide DevRel as a service and as a product. So let me just share my screen and get started. Rashmita, is my screen visible, everyone?
Yes, I can see your screen right now.
Sure. So today we are going to build something like this, which I've already built, wherein I'm talking to few of our documents like Sam Altman's startup playbook, and then 20 reasons why startups fail, and that is our PDF available on the internet freely. But I was just trying to build a chatbot where I can talk with that chatbot where to my data. So it's like a PDF Q&A bot, and I can show you the PDFs quickly. So something like this was there, which I uploaded, and then another one. Just a second, yeah, this one. So it was like Sam Altman's playbook by Y Combinator, and yeah, this one. So these two PDFs I had, and what I did is I uploaded it into Azure storage account or Azure Blob Storage, and then I tried to build a chatbot on top of it where I can talk to these two PDFs. You can use any other kind of documents or tables as well, but in my case, I am using two PDFs. Okay, so we can start with a little bit of intro before we move to the demo. So today we'll try to build a GenAI application, like a small chatbot playground using Microsoft Azure totally. We'll not be doing much of the coding. It will be totally low code, no code kind of presentation, and we'll build live. So we'll see AI Foundry in action, where we'll deploy the models. We will connect to data storage, which will be our Azure account storage or like a storage account blob storage, and we'll also be doing Azure AI search, wherein we'll be doing hybrid search, like both lexical as well as vector search, to get our data converted into vector embeddings. And for that conversion into vector embeddings, we will use again Azure AI Foundry, where we will deploy text embedding models. And then using this text embeddings, what we will do is, again in the chat playground, we will have another chat completion model, which will be GPT-4o, and using that we will try to chat. And for that also, user will be entering a prompt, which will be again converted into text embeddings, and that is how we can do vector search and get you the response. So let's move on. We'll do a quick introduction on Gen AI. Where are the applications of generative AI? And then we will move into Azure OpenAI Studio, also called as Azure AI Foundry, and we'll see how to what we can do there, and we'll see it in action as well in a few minutes. And then we'll understand Azure AI search and how and why Azure AI search is so powerful over any, plugging in separate vector database. And then the architecture of what we are building today, and we'll give a live demo wherein we'll build everything step by step. Then we'll take a pause for Q&A, but however, if you have any questions, you can keep asking them in the comments and we will take it. And then I have a bit of a trivia as well, which are very generic questions about generative AI, GPT-4o, GPT-4o Turbo, and which you can answer. And as DevRelSquad, we will ship some swags to you later on. Like you can connect to my socials. My socials were there. So I am on LinkedIn and X at Mega, and we are also available as at DevRelSquad. So you can connect with us, and we'll give you some swags if you answer all the questions right. We'll announce the winners as well at the end of the session. Sure. Let's move on. So, what is generative AI? It's basically AI models or LLM models that generate human like responses. And it's used in chatbots, content creation, and any kind of automation, and many other applications, right? And chatbots are important. Like everyone is going towards chatbot because we want 24/7 availability. We want like scalability. Like if we have a team of humans, the number of team members is limited, so we want to attend everyone. Maybe the basic queries can be answered by the chatbots, and then complicated queries also can be answered by better models integrated, right? So something like that, and then it can route to the team of humans. Plus efficiency, and Microsoft Azure really helps because Azure OpenAI Studio or Azure AI Foundry gives you the entire ecosystem where you can deploy models, then fine tune them, as well as do a lot of Azure the vector search. You can build RAG applications like the one we are building today, right? We are giving contextual data, we are giving in on our own data and then building that. And we can do AI enrichment and whatnot, and build hybrid search. So there are so many things, so many possibilities available in Azure OpenAI Studio. And it provides a low code no code solution. You can build your chatbot in the playground after connecting everything like your data, using data storage, building vectors upon it, and then connecting it to your Azure OpenAI playground. And you can play with it, and then you can also deploy the application without doing any code. So today I am not going to open VS Code. I'm going to just do everything no code. Modern application expectations. I would like to ask you that if you have your bank site and if it goes down, then do you shift your money overnight, right? You don't shift your money overnight. You wait for it to come back. And if you have a Swiggy or Zomato or any food ordering app, if it goes down, you switch to the other competitor within a few minutes or a few seconds. So that is where the application expectations have been increasing. They should be responsive, they should be relevant information, they should be mobile first, they should keep your data private, and it should be all analytics powered so that you can take the best of the decisions, give best of recommendations to the customers, performance improvements. And now one more thing is added, that it should be GenAI powered, where you can talk to your data, talk to your system, talk to your documentation, and not only this, but also it should generate insights for you. It should generate data for you rather than just doing a keyword search. Now you can, talk about meaning. Let's say there's a library management system, and instead of searching just cats and dogs, let's say, or wolves, if I say canine, it should get me both wolves and dogs, right? So that is where, and that is why we need more and more time for innovation and fluid features. So if we can do low code no code, we have the entire time for innovation and building more and more fluid features for our customers. So again, listing a few applications of generative AI, that we can do text generation, image synthesis, or music composition, or video generation, or anything related to healthcare and finance, wherever we can scale the automation by using generative AI. And now we have multi-model models, LLM models, where they can handle text, image, and video, audio all at once. So that is where we are currently. And let's move to Azure OpenAI Studio, Azure AI Foundry. So, as I was telling you, I'll show it live in a bit, wherein on our Microsoft Azure, that how do it looks and how do we use it. This is an image which I picked from the Azure AI Foundry documentation, and it can help you build enterprise grade AI. It has a comprehensive AI toolkit wherein you can deploy models, test, build, fine tune. You have a lot of wide range, and we'll see it in a bit. And you can also do responsible AI as well as collaborative development with your team. Moving on to other important thing which I have talked about again and again, that is about the vector search. Because for any LLM model to understand your query, your prompt, as well as understanding the PDFs which I was supplying it with, they have to understand it in vectors. Vectors is what? Nothing but a floating point arrays. So arrays of floating point numbers. And that too, how many floating point numbers? For OpenAI, it's 1536 dimensions. So these numbers basically will make the LLM understand that what is the meaning of the tokens or the words that it is seeing, right? And according to that, it will give scores on the dimensions. For example, let's say king will be closer to man or queen, or for example, this kind of similarity searches wherein you are not now searching on the keywords, or maybe fuzzy search wherein you correct a few spellings. You are searching on the semantics, on the meanings of the words. And that is where instead of doing a textual search where you will get uh, all the searches where you find any text keyword, it will be like it will read all the chapters of the PDF we supply, and it will form a joint answer. It will answer like a human, understanding everything that is near to the prompt we send, and that is where we'll get the human like answer. So Azure AI Search helps us in search, wherein it supports like full text, vector, and then the combination of both, that is hybrid search. Rich indexing, it includes data chunking, because again, there's a limit of the tokens which any LLM model can process. So let's say GPT-4 Turbo can do 32,000 tokens. So we need to do data chunking, like divide your data in chunks, and then do vectorization, and then maybe lexical analysis and AI enrichment if you need to do so. And we can do advanced queries wherein we can make combinations of all these kind of searches as well as geo searches. And a lot of performance tuning can be done, scoring can be done, query behavior control can be done, so that you can customize and optimize your AI search as per your domain demands, right? And scalability, security, which comes inbuilt with Azure, as well as it comes with like seamless Azure integration. You can integrate with other offerings from Azure on AI ML and other OpenAI services. So this is where we can see that okay, if we have some content which could be in any database or behind any firewall, we can take it, we can ingest this to Azure AI Search. It will take care of full indexing, any kind of refreshing of indexing you can schedule. I'll show you that, any AI enrichment. And then the indexing engine will take the data and make form vectors on it. So, and the entire, if you say that okay, where is the vector store, Megha? It is inside the Azure AI Search itself. There's a vector store, and you will see the index where you can see the vectors as well. And then there's a query engine which will help us with when we connect our app. Today we'll be connecting our app which will be in the open AI, uh, Azure OpenAI or Azure AI Foundry, from where we will try to send our prompt, and again the prompt will be vectorized. That is how it will search on the vectors. So I enter a user prompt which is a text. It will be generated into vectors, again the same number of dimensions, and then we will go to query engine of Azure AI Search, get the matching vector, and come back with the response. and the chat completion model will handle the chat response, and we will have our response. So now, why is your AI search instead of a separate vector database? And you would have built using any vector databases as well of your choice. So it's like it's built in Azure AI search, so it's very easy to use. It has keyword plus vector stored together. You don't have to do anything. It will be like automatically taken care of. So you can scale seamlessly with Azure, and other Azure offerings can be used very seamlessly. You can build like enterprise ready solutions and secure with Microsoft Azure security. And you don't need any external, vector database to be plugged in your system architecture, which makes it easier because there is a lesser point of failure, because uh, everything in the system architecture is a machine, right? And machine might go down, it's hardware. So since we are not putting a separate vector database, everything is in Azure AI search, you have lesser point of failures and you can scale better. And it's optimized for using other Azure offerings as well, right? And you can build it in the same regions, so it will be minimal latency as well. Like your app will be faster, so performance wise also it's good. This is what we are trying to build today. So what we'll do is we have two PDFs which I showed you. They were like chat with Sam Altman's YC playbook, and then the second one was top 20 reasons why startups fail. I was reading through it, so I thought maybe build the demo on top of it. We will use it. We will keep it in blob storage, and then we will try to invoke Azure AI Search, wherein we will build some vectors on top of the data, the PDF, which we are ingesting. And after the vector search, vectors are built, embeddings are built, what we will try to do is we'll go into Azure AI Foundry. We will be any which ways having the embedding model and chat completion model, like two models we'll deploy. And this embedding model is what we are using here in Azure AI Search to build the vectors. And then chat completion model is one thing wherein we will start our playground and we'll chat with the chat completion model. The prompt will be again converted into vectors using the embedding model here in Azure AI Foundry itself. And once that is done, we will do the vector search. We'll get the response. So AI Playground using the chat completion model will give us the response. Sure. So let's just move on to demo. And what I can do is I can pause here for any questions, Rashmita, before I start the demo, because I explained a lot of theory. So and I kept it very layman, very simple, in case there are any beginners to GenAI here.
Yeah, at the moment, we don't have any question.
Sure.
Just a document. I mean, if you can share maybe at the end of the session, that
Sure.
could be great. Yeah.
Yeah. So these were the documents. I'm not sure if these were the documents wherein we built like top 20 startup reasons to fail, and then the other document was startup playbook, so I can share these documents. We'll try to talk to these, right? So for example, what is the great execution as per, let's say, I can ask why top startups fail. Let me see if it's working. I kept it working so that we can use it. um, yeah, it's working. So it is getting me poor marketing and this, and I can ask it how many reasons do you have as per the data. I hope the font size is visible. So I'm just trying to show you. Okay, it's okay, I have exceeded the token rate, no worries. I'll show you. We'll try to build it from scratch first. I was just trying to show that okay, we are able to talk to our data. So let's say where do we start? First is you need to create a resource group. You can go to resource groups and create a new resource group. Okay. So first step in is your, okay, is you just create a new resource group. You can do create, and then whatever you want to give the subscription. I have two subscription on Azure. I'm using my personal subscription here, but you can connect with Rashmita like how to get credits and uh, go forward. And I will be using the East US region because while building, like I could see that East US is the best for using all the OpenAI capabilities. And you can name your resource group and review and create. Since I have already created uh, a resource group wherein I try to make my storage accounts, so I will not create another one. And then in the storage account I have tried to create a storage account in which, after creating the storage account, I created a container. Like by plus container you can create a container. And as you can see, I have already uploaded some guides. So once you have a container, right, let's say if I can show you, if you create like a plus container, give a name, and you can upload the data you want to. You can connect different, I can give it in running. You can give any name. You can give more meaningful names. So let's say it's private, and then I will just, so I don't want to do any other advanced things. And what I can do is I can just go to this and upload the data. So it will give me, I can browse files, and that is how I got the PDFs from my own system and uploaded it here. And since I have already one container where I've already uploaded the startup guide, so I've uploaded these. As I was showing you, right, top 20 reasons startups fail, and then Y Combinator playbook, which I uploaded these two PDFs. And then what happened is it took a little time, and it will infer them according to the size, and then it will just form a blob, right? So this is basically Azure blob storage where you have uploaded your files. Okay. For my case, I have uploaded PDF. You can upload any other kind of textual files or images as well, right? So let's go now to Azure OpenAI. Okay. And what we can do is, in this I have built one instance where I need some models, right? So I've built one OpenAI instance. What you can do is you can go to Azure OpenAI and you can create another OpenAI instance. What we will do with these this instance is, let's say I have a resource group which I already have, and I can create a name where I said OpenAI MS Reactor, and let me just say 2. Okay, is my screen still visible, Rashmita?
Yes.
Okay, just a second. Actually,
Megha, are you there? Okay, you need to share
yeah,
your screen.
yeah, yes, absolutely. So actually, my lights went, and it will take some time to come back. The backup. So I was
Okay,
just
so
sharing.
in the meantime, if you want, we have few questions.
Yeah, I can pause and take those questions and present again. Meanwhile, yes.
Okay, so the first question is up on the screen: how to use Azure Playground?
Okay. Okay, Smriti. I am actually coming to Azure Playground in a bit. Like I am just showing the models, and then I will take you to the chat playground very quickly.
Okay, and the next question is on the screen. Why do you need to store the data or knowledge in the blob storage? Can't you directly index it in Azure AI Foundry?
We can do multiple things. This is my way of handling it in the blob storage, and then we have multiple things. I think we can link database as well, Cosmos DB, and other things as well. So I'll look into it, like if we can directly index this data by uploading the data, uploading files, and vectorizing it there, and then I'll see that option if that's available.
Okay, thank you. And the next question, yeah, what's the pricing model for this AI studio?
Pricing model, again, something you can look up on Microsoft Azure. But yeah, it's a good price, I could say. But yeah, this is offering a lot of flexibility as well, so it's at par with other things available, in the market. So uh, pricing is a little controversial to answer.
Hmm. Okay,
Sure.
sure.
uh, I'll just try to share my screen.
Yeah. And in the meantime, folks, if I can see a lot of you wants the presentation and few links from today's session, I would request you all to get connected with Megha, maybe in the social media and Twitter or LinkedIn, and then reach out to her, and then probably she can send out the presentation and today's links. And yeah.
Sure. So you can just pick a name. I have already picked one, but just okay. Yeah, now it is letting me. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just going into the Azure AI services, which you can also call as Azure OpenAI or Azure AI Foundry, and I'm trying to create an instance. I've already created one, but I can try to tell you like how to create it, and you just give a name, and you can create it in the East US, and pricing tier is standard SO. And this instance, what we'll do is I'm not making any tags, and network also, privacy also, I'm keeping like all networks including the internet, but you can make it like more meaningful once you have like an enterprise, and you make it more secure, and take it tags, and then you just create it, right? So this instance we will use to deploy our embedding as well as chat completion models. While this is still in deployment, what I can do is I can show you the one I've already created. So this is Azure OpenAI, and this is what I created already. One is getting deployed. And now what you can do is go to Azure AI Foundry portal, right? So someone was asking me, right, chat playground, how can you use? So in this, right, before you can use the chat playground, which I've already built, you can go to the deployments. Okay, and if you can see, I've already built two for embedding model as well as GPT-4o. So I've deployed models for my usage, right? So what we can do is, let's say we can deploy a base model, and we can try to search, like it has 25 models, and we can try to search something like a text embedding model, right? So it is giving me large, small, ada. So you can use anything. I have already made one small. So you can go here, you can do text embedding 3 small, and then you get this, and you can confirm, right? And you can just say the name. So maybe I can say MS Reactor demo embedding model. I usually do running because in Azure most of the times running names works best. And I deployed. It also gives me API key. So it is already deployed, right? It will come here in in a while. So you can see our embedding model is deployed, right? And then we can deploy now or later the chat completion model as well. So maybe we can use GPT 4o mini or GPT 4o. I'll use GPT 4o. And if you go here, right, you can also see like when it was uh, deployed, what when it was basically upgraded or trained till what dates in some of the models. So you can have more and more information here, and that is how you can choose. For now, I'll keep it very simple. I will just keep GPT 4o, which will be used as my chat completion model. So I'll just confirm, and again I can maybe uh, name it as chat completion and deploy. Okay, so now as you saw that I have already deployed like two text embedding, and I was big because I was already building the demo in the morning. So I've built one text embedding as well as one GPT-4o, and then again same thing, I've built two models here. That is what I've used my Azure AI Foundry for. And now let's go back to our Azure AI services, where we can go to AI search. Okay, and let's go to AI search. And what we can do is we can create another search index. So I've already created one index. I'll show you what I've done here is, in the index I've already connected my data, and then I have vectorized it. So if I go to import and vectorize data, you can basically connect your Azure blob storage, and that is where I connected my storage account, where I put my PDFs, right? And you can do other things as well. Like someone was asking me, right? These are the options you can use in Azure AI search. It could be Azure SQL database, it could be data lake, Cosmos DB, table storage, and Fabric One Lake files, which is in preview. Okay, did I answer your question? And let us know in the comments. And then I'll show you. I can avoid this, and maybe I can go up to Azure OpenAI. So AI search, and instead of creating a new one, I've already done this, wherein I have the indexes, which is already created. I did those steps. So basically, I added a new search index, and then I connected it to my storage account. And after that, the PDF's data was indexed, and we got one vector index. So if you see, uh, let's say if I do a search, it's a normal search. So can you see my screen, and can you see there is some data which is coming from those documents which I had given, and there is a text vector. So it's already chunked. So whatever the PDF is a long data set, right? So it was chunked because of the limit of tokens, and then there were vectors found with 1536 dimensions. And you can also see JSON view if you like, and see like what kind of data fields it will have, the index will have. I'll go back to query view. This is a hybrid search, so it will get me some keyword results as well as yeah, it got me some keyword results as well as vector search results. Okay, but we will need the chat completion to actually talk to this. Okay, and you can have like your fields, you can give fields apart from this, like these are all auto generated fields on the data which we supplied, right, in the form of PDFs. You can have your scoring profiles, any kind of semantic configurations, and then so this is where your data in the PDFs is properly chunked and vectorized, and now it is available to be used with the chat playground. Okay, and this is the vector index name. You can give more meaningful names as well. I just created it so it gives one name on its own. And how did I create it? I just went to the Azure AI search from the Azure AI Foundry and created a new index. And in the index, I connected it to my account storage, which had my PDFs. And that is how I created a hybrid search index. Like it will give you option vector or lexical or full text or both. So that is what I did. And now in the chat playground, or maybe I'll just go to my deployments, right? So what we can do is, let's say we formed this, right, chat completion demo just now, right? Let us use this. So let's say open in playground. Okay, and now I have to add my data sources. So I have to add your data. So this is already linked to this Azure AI search. Let's say I can remove this data source and again add your data. So add a data source. Now what will I need to do is I will add my Azure AI search. Now I'm not connecting to my data storage or blob storage because that's in textual or image form, and I have already formed the vector index in Azure AI search. So now I'll connect my Azure AI search here, and what I'll do is sponsorship is done, and then I will select the index I have built, which I had showed you, which I had pre-built, right? And you can add vector search to this search resource. So, and add an embedding model. So let's say we already created a few embedding models. Again, it was on the same text embedding, right? So I will just use the text embedding model here. Why? Because when you are giving the prompt, you again need the prompt to be converted into vectors so that your system chat completion and vector search can talk to each other, right? So that is what we are doing. And now next, and what we are doing is search type is hybrid for plus semantic, right? So it let me do this, and then if you want you can select a semantic configuration which was pre-built, automatically built when you build the vector index. And post that you just click on next, and you can say system assign managed identity once you are done with your deployments and you are building enterprise grade. And for now I'll do API key, and this is done. Yeah, so it's done. So basically what we have done is we have integrated one text embedding model to understand my prompts as well. And I have integrated the Azure AI search vector indexes, which has the vector store in house, and all the data from my PDFs which were in the storage accounts converted into vectors and connected to this chat playground. Let's say I say what as per you, Sam Altman is the way to go for startups. Let's say if this works. Yes, this is working. So it is basically getting me all the data. So it's a RAG based chat. It is getting me all the data based on the PDFs I showed you. And it is basically using Azure AI search in house. And this is the chat playground. How I reached here is I had to go to my deployments in the instance, and deployments were nothing, but it was like multiple models which I can deploy and use. And I will rate it 10, submit, and I can do it this later. But yeah, so these are the embeddings these are the models I created. One LLM model I created to build the vectors, one model I created to build the chat completion. I did it twice, so you see two copies of each. But that is where you go into the completion model and you can open in playground, and that is what I did. I opened it in playground and I started chatting with it. And whenever I add your data set, you have to add your data. And where I had added Azure AI search, where I had built a vector index on top of my data in the PDFs, as well as the data which is in the form of vector embeddings, it was sitting in a vector store which is in the Azure AI search only. And I did some more settings so that whenever I type any user query, any textual query, it is also converted into vectors, and then it goes to Azure AI search, and the vectors can be searched with the help of vector index, and we get a response like you see with the help of chat completion model. Okay, Rashmita, uh, do we have any questions?
Yes, Megha, I'll get it up on the screen.
Sure.
Yep. Can you see it on the screen, Megha?
Yeah, actually, yes, now I can see it on the
Okay,
screen. I'll
okay, okay.
connect it with
Yeah.
the screen.
Um, yeah.
Yes.
So how much do you have over the data sets that your model was trained on?
Okay. So, how much control do you have over the data sets that your model? So, my model was trained on something which was publicly available laptop. I just picked. simple PDFs, but absolutely you have much control. Like you can use other Azure offerings, and you can do much AI enrichment or anything you want to do. There are multiple options when you are going into Azure AI search as well as other AI offerings. Oh, sorry, Azure offerings.
Okay, thank you. The next question is how much money it is for students? I would like to academic searching and build new ways. Can I implement new LLM models without GPT-4?
This is a big question. So I think there are quite again a little controversial. There are open source models, you can experiment with them. With Azure, it gives you in-house security, and that is why it might be, comes with a price. And maybe Rashmita can take this question, like how are there any student packs or anything, Rashmita. We also have Microsoft for startups program, wherein you get a lot of credits to build on Azure. Rashmita, do you have any more information on the students' discounts or packs you have?
No, unfortunately, no, Megha. Don't have much information on it.
Okay, okay. I think there are programs, Ellen, so you can search online once, and I can also look back, and Rashmita can also research on this. And you can, maybe you can use the underlying LLM model, and then you can fine tune it. I would suggest doing that, because if you build your own LLM model, the one route is doing something open source and building on top of it, or fine tuning using Azure. This one is easier, and you can focus on other things related to your domain, right?
Okay.
I hope I answered your question, Eileen.
And the next is what chunking strategy does it use?
I would have to look into it, Karthik, but that's a very good question. I think it will be available on the docs as well. What it is using by default, or can you do anything to change it? So, yeah,
Okay, thanks, Megha. I think we are good for now, and you can share your screen back.
sure. Yeah. However, my backup is also back here, so I can share my other screen as well.
Sure.
Yeah. Apologies for that. I'll just share again. Yes.
Okay, we have another question in the meantime, Megha. Does the LLM use its prior knowledge
No,
to
I
answer
don't
the
think so. We
queries?
can try. Yeah, we can try that, Karthik. Very good question. I tried something yesterday, so it did not use its own. Maybe there is some setting which we can do. I'll just try it out here. So, is my screen visible? The chat playground?
Yes, it's up, Megha.
Awesome. So, let me see if it uses its own knowledge, and if there is a setting to do that. I've already added my data, right? Yeah. Yes. So it is not using its own, because it is we are trying to do like a rack kind of a chatbot, wherein it will only talk to our data. So that is why it is not available in the retrieved data. Please try any other. That is how it is acting, Karthik. Okay. And there might be a few settings wherein we can link it to the pre-trained data as well. So for that, I think I need to see what will be the settings. So I'll go back and research as well on that. Yeah. Any questions from the audience? We can try and play with the our chatbot which we created before we proceed to the trivia and other Q&A.
We are good for now, Megha. You can continue.
Okay. Anyone, any volunteers in the audience who would like to ask me anything to the, who are interested in startups and want to ask something, because we supplied a lot of information on startup failures and what should startups do. So anything, any question coming in anyone's mind, just to give a fun demo. Last question to our chatbot, and let's see if it works. How to use SQL data? Okay, I'm getting. Okay, that is one question which we can take in maybe another session. I can talk and talk about SQL because I was working with Mongo for 2 years, and SQL versus NoSQL is one of my favorite topics. But the session is more on the Azure AI Foundry today. Okay, so I will make my own question because nobody has told me what to ask to the chatbot. What do you think startup should be doing in the initial stages? Let's see if it answers. Or there could be even demons. So let's just keep our finger. Yeah, it is answering. So it is saying that you should evolve the product, avoid overhiring, focus on growth, maintain great customer service, be willing to adapt. And it is also getting me some references where it is getting me citation from Y Combinator Playbook PDF, and then citation 2, again Y Combinator, and then citation 3 also from Y Combinator. So now you believe that we actually built talk to your PDF kind of chatbot using entirely no code, and using Azure AI Foundry as well as AI search, which is also a part of Azure AI Foundry. Rashmita, I think that's the end of my demo, but I have made a few trivia questions in my deck. Can I go over them and ask a few questions to the
Sure,
audience? Maybe they can answer.
sure,
Yeah,
absolutely, sure.
yeah, yeah. So I made trivia. I'll just slideshow. These are very simple questions, folks. And so, what is the primary architecture used in generative AI models like GPT-3 and GPT-4? Is it CNN, RNN, Transformer, or Bayesian? Karthik, Alien, anyone? At least try any option. You can comment in the chat, and if okay, see, good, good, Dushyant. So, anyone else who wants to try? Alien is A. Anyone else who wants to try it, then I will just display the answer. Okay. Smruti also says C. Okay. Yeah, the correct answer is C, Dushyant and Smruti. Bala, you are a little late, but the answer is C, Transformer Networks. So, Smruti and Dushyant, please do reach me out on Devrel Mega on my LinkedIn. I will make sure that we send you some swags from DevRelSquad. Okay. Uh, then, which of the following tools is developed by OpenAI in collaboration with GitHub? Is it Gemini, GitHub Copilot, Code Whisperer, or IntelliCode? Again, try on. Okay. Smruti, that's right. Sorry, I revealed the answer, so no points for this one. Sorry, I revealed the answer. So it's GitHub Copilot, and everyone has answered for rightly, correctly. So congratulations, folks. But I had revealed the answer because Smruti said B, and I said you are right. I'm sorry to spoil the thrill there. So nobody is winning anything in this one. Which technique does GitHub Copilot use to understand the context of the code and provide relevant suggestions? Is it semantic analysis? Is it syntax highlighting, context awareness, or tokenization? This one is a little tricky. Okay. Next time I'll keep a timer also. Yeah. So Ravi is saying A. Bala is saying D. Any more tries, folks? Smruti is saying C. Okay, we have everything actually except B. Anyone saying B as well? Okay, Nishit is again saying A. Great. I think it's context awareness. So, Smruti is right. Smruti, you're definitely winning one Devil Squad t-shirt or tote bag. Do ping us on Smruti Pragyan. Do ping us on Devil Squad or Devil Mega handles. Okay. Okay, so it was C. to everyone. It was C. I think Smruti and Dushyant got it right too, but Dushyant, you were late. Which of the following generative AI models is capable of processing text, images, and videos? This is an easy one. Start. Okay, I'm waiting. Okay, Dushyant. What else? Yeah, I think everyone is getting it right. Everyone, fine, folks. You can ping us on DevRelSquad. We are sending everything, something or the else. If you are given you are in India, if you are outside India, except Singapore, we will see how to ship you. We'll give you some online goodies. Okay, so answer is GPT-4. It was the easiest and most known answer, but yeah. What is the primary purpose of prompt engineering in GenAI? Is it to train the model faster? Is it to design and refine input prompts for better output? It is to reduce the model size and to improve the accuracy of pre-trained models. This one is again easy. Yeah, everyone is getting right. Rashmita, I'm in a problem. I have to ship so many swags now. Awesome, awesome. Which
Yeah.
AI tool is known for its advanced capabilities in handling regional dialects and emotional context in text? Again, a very easy one. And I think we are nearing the end of the trivia as well. Yeah, go on for this as well. What is the answer for this? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, let me reveal the answer. So, answer is GPT-4, and which is C. And then I think we are nearing the end of trivia. What is the token limit for GPT-4 Turbo, making it capable of handling extensive and complex inputs? Okay, Smruti, Karthik. Any more tries? Dushyant, Nishit, Elin. Okay. Any more tries? Last call. I think this is the last question. Okay. So whoever got it right, congratulations, and do let us know. Send us some screenshots that okay you have answered and played here. Otherwise, your friends could also copy the same thing. So that's it. Um, oh, we have one more. What is the main purpose of code assist tools? To manage software projects, to provide intelligent code suggestions and completions, to deploy applications to the cloud, or to analyze code for security vulnerabilities. Awesome. Everyone getting this as well, right? Right. Okay. I think this is the last slide. So it was a great show, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Rashmita, I'm like done, and we have so many clear winners here. So we would love to send them something.
Sure. Thank you so much, Megha.
Thank you so
And
much.
I think today's one was really an engaging one, and we had a lot of fun. Thank you so much hosting the session, and thank you all for joining us today. Please visit Microsoft Reactor website for more upcoming sessions, and also we would appreciate your feedback on today's session. Please scan the QR code and do share your feedback. Today's event ID is 24798. I'll give it a second. Please scan the QR code, and like I said, please share your feedback. Thank you all once again, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah. Thank you all once again, and let me know if I was able to clear your doubts about Azure AI Foundry and how to reach the chat playground, Smruti. If you have any more doubts, please feel free to reach us on DevRelSquad and Mega.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Megha. Yeah.
Thank you, Rashmita. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Bye bye.
Bye.